भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति विभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये। ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु। तदात्मनि निरते यौपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Page number 8, passage 44. तौह प्रजापतिरुवाच एषोक्षिणी पुरुषयो दृश्यते एष आत्मेति होवाच एतदमृतम् अभयम् एतद्ब्रह्म इति अथ योऽयं भगवः अप्सु परीक्षायते यश्चायम् आदर्शे कथम एषः इत्येषः उ एव एषु सर्वेषु वन्तेषु परीक्षायते इति होवाच। तौह प्रजापति उवाच येषः अक्षिणीपुरुषो दृश्यते एष आत्मा इति। So they said, the two said, we have come to you, Venerable Sir, seeking the knowledge of Atma, because we have heard from the learned people the statement made by you, that one who comes to know the Atma, who is apahadapapma, sinless, vijaraha, free of decrepitude, vimrutyuhu, devoid of death, vishokaha, free from grief, satyakamaha, satyasankalpaha. This Atma anveshtavya, vijignyasitavya, that this Atma must be learned from a teacher, vijignyasitavya, and must be made a matter of one's own immediate knowledge. And one who gains the knowledge, sarvamsha lokana apnoti, sarvamsha kamaniti, attains all the worlds, attains all the desires. We have come here to gain knowledge of that Atma. So Prajapati said yes. So tad vidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya. The two came here, stayed 32 years seva, first pranipata seva, and now come time for pariprashna. So they have asked this question. To them, Prajapati said, Eshaha akshini purusho dushyate, esha atmeti hovacha. That the Purusha, the conscious being that is seen in the eye is Atma. What is meant is not the one that is seen in the eye, one that obtains in the eye, one who sees through the eye. It is ultimately who sees through the eye? It is Atma who sees through the eye, Chakshusha Chakshuhu, Shrotrasya Shrotram. As Upanishad says, Shrotrasya Shrotam, the self is the Shrotra of the Shrotra. The ear of the ear, meaning that self is the one, because of whom the ears gains the ability to hear, the eyes gain the ability to see. One who enlivens the eyes, ears, and this karikana sanghata, that is Atma. And that is what is meant here. Eshaha akshini purusha dushyate. The Purusha, the conscious being that is seen in the eye, that it sees through the eyes, because of whom the eyes see, who enlivens this, that consciousness or conscious being. In technical words, the waker. So it is said that during the waking state, the individual has the most presence in the right eye. Among all the organs of perception, eyes are dearest to us. And of the two eyes, it seems that the right eye is dearer. So right eye is the dearest of all the organs. And so it is said in the Upanishads as to how the self, abiding in the right eye, performs all the functions during the waking state. So what is meant is the waker, the conscious being who is the waker, who sees or who perceives through the organs of perception. And ultimately by the waker also is meant the Atma, identified with the gross body, is called waker. So here in this Upanishad, Atma is taught by the avasthatra viveka, or the separating self from the waker, dreamer, deep sleeper, something similar to the Mandukya Upanishad. But this is done in its own unique way. So this is what Prajapati wanted to communicate. And as we said yesterday, that we have to understand these scriptural statements in the manner in which they are intended. So very often simply the literal meaning is not adequate. Literal meaning does not convey. We go for the implied meaning, the lakshyartha. Here also the literal meaning is the person that is seen in the eye. But any intelligent person will be able to recognize that what you see in the eye is a reflection. That cannot be Atma. But even that tube-light did not happen to these two people. They looked into each other's eye and they concluded that the reflection of these two also, Indra concluded that reflection is Atma, and Virochana concluded the body that is reflected is Atma. There is the difference here. And so Chaya or reflection is Atma. Literally, taking this statement literally. And then to verify, to confirm that understanding, they said that the Purusha, the person that we see in other reflecting surfaces such as mirror, such as water, and such as reflecting surface of a sword, which one of them is Atma? Or are all them Atma? So seeing this brightness, I guess Prajapati must be quite amazed. And he said, yes, all of them are Atma. And so Prajapati seems to have as though condoned the misunderstanding of these two And therefore the question was asked, how does Prajapati, a teacher of that status, how can he do that? A teacher of a lower status may do that and keep something away from his disciple, but not Prajapati. How come Prajapati did not correct their understanding? He could have simply said, hey, both of you have understood it wrongly. And someone like me would say, hey, you are stupid fellows. Bhashyakara says that Prajapati did not say, because having said that would have hurt their self-image. Oh, we are stupid. We could not understand this teaching of the teacher. So, if this is what they were told, that affect that self-image, self-esteem, self-respect, and they will lose confidence from themselves, their own understanding, and they will be hurt that this is how we are. Bhashyakara says that if a person gets hurt, he gets discouraged, and that would discourage him from further asking questions and pursuit of knowledge. And so rather than taking that risk, Prajapati momentarily condoned what they said with in mind a method by which he will correct their understanding. So then Prajapati proceeded. Here, those pages are not included here, so I'll just read out for you. So Prajapati wanted to conduct an experiment, a simple experiment by which they will be able to see how their conclusion is wrong. The reflection is Atma, that conclusion is wrong. For them to arrive at that understanding. Because if you arrive at the understanding, that becomes your understanding. If you are told, then it remains teacher's understanding. So the teacher wanted the students to realize Udasharave Atmanam Aveksha Yad Atmana Na Vijanitha Tanme Prabhutamede. So Prajapati told these two that in a very large plate full of water, Atman Anveksha, please look at yourself in a plate full of water. Because earlier statement said, what about the one that is seen in the mirror, seen in the water, and seen in other reflecting surfaces? Is that Atma? Are all of them Atma? Well, yeah, all of them are Atma. Tentatively you said. Therefore now they are asked to look at themselves in a plate full of water. Atman Aveksha Yadatman na vijanita tanme prabhutamiti. Look at that water in the plate, and whatever you do not understand about Atma, please ask me. So Prajapati thought that they will see the reflection and recognize that what is seen is the body. That body has a birth, the body will have a death. The body is perishable, the body is changing. It cannot be Atma, because also the qualification of Atma were described, etad amrutam, abhayam, etad brahma. So not only did Prajapati say that the person thinks that I is Atma, he also added the qualification, etad amrutam, abhayam, etad brahma. This immortal, fearless, Brahma, limitless. So they also should be matched with what is seen in the eye. You should not merely confine yourself looking at the eyes. But they didn't do that. So then Prajapati thought they would remember that and then try to apply those characteristics to what they see there. Yanna vijanitha tanme prabruhiti. what you do not understand. So Prajapati thought that they would not understand how this can be Abhayam, Amrutam, Brahma. And then asked me, Tauh Udasharave Aveksham Chakrate. So both of them saw themselves in the plate full of water. They didn't say anything. They thought they understood. So Prajapati thought that seeing them, something will strike to them that, hey, how can this be Atma? But things struck to them. So Tahu Prajapati Uvacha, in order to induce them to think, Prajapati said, Kim Pashyata iti? What do you two see there? So, in a way, Prajapati is inviting them to analyze what it is they are seeing and understand that that cannot be Atma. But they again took the statement literally. What do you see there? Well, Tauha uchatuhu sarvam eva idam avam atmanam pashyamaha. Oh, Venerable Sir, we see ourselves, the Atma, we see the Atma in this plate full of water. Alomabhyaha anakebhyaha pratirupamiti. Alomabhyaha, beginning from hair in the head, anakebhyaha, to the nails in the feet. With the whole Atma we see in this plate full of water. What do you see? We see Atma in its entirety. All right. Then Prajapati said, let us give them one more chance. So Prajapati Uvacha, then Prajapati told them further. Sadhu alankritau suvasano parishkritau bhutva. Understand that for 32 years these people had performed penance. So imagine that hair must have grown, the nails must have grown, their clothes must be very, tortured, all, torn apart. That's how they must have been. Understand, they did not mind that. See, their commitment to knowledge was complete. And they did not mind what kind of life they were living, what luxuries had given, left back. And after coming here, they became friends. They came as enemies. In course of time living together, they slowly forgot the differences because what occupied their mind was Brahma Vidya, Brahma Vidya, Brahma Vidya. So when some greater cause occupies our mind, small things become small. And so whatever kind of enmity they had between them, it all disappeared. And they essentially became one, friends, because now they are jointly doing everything. They are looking at it also jointly, replying also jointly, meaning that now they are essentially one. So Bhashyakara explains, see, when a great cause is in your mind, like Brahma Vidya, how those small little things which create enmity in them, all of them become insignificant. So that obstacle also went away from their mind. Otherwise it's difficult if you carry enmity in your mind. This Brahma Vidya doesn't going to make sense. But the greatness of Brahma Vidya to which they were wedded, because the cause was great. When the cause in our life is great, then small things become small. When cause is not great, we live for little things in life. If little things are important, my comfort is important, my this is important, that is important, my ego is important, etc., which it is. But at least in case of these two people, because Brahma Vidya became important, all of this lost their importance. So now both of them are acting as one entity. So then they say, then Prajapati thought, all right, let me make them carry out another experiment. So Tauha Prajapati Uvacha, to them Prajapati said, Sadhu Alankrutau Suvasanau Parishkrutau Bhutva, means become well adorned, well attired, become clean. Meaning pare your nails, cut your hair, change your clothes, put on your ornaments as you did in your palaces. Now here, in my mind sometimes question arises, Earlier it was said that they all came by themselves with only body. Where did they get the ornaments But this is between you and me. This question is not to be asked. Where are those, and so where are those costly garments and very expensive ornaments, etc.? Where did they get that? I don't know. Maybe they did. Perhaps, I guess. So even though earlier description, Bhashyakara himself, they carried their body and came here. I guess body also included clothes and ornaments, I presume. But anyway, they must have had that. That's why Prajapati said to them that put on your clothes, new clothes, or ornaments, pare your nails, cut your hair. And now, become what you used to be in your palace. Udasharave aveksheshamiti, and then look at the plate full of water. What's the big deal? I don't know what is Prajapati seeking to accomplish. Tuha sadhu alankrutau suvasano parishkrutau bhutva. One thing is that they were obedient for sure, and therefore they did exactly what the teacher told them, and so they put on and they cut their hair and pared their nails and washed up and put on new clothes and ornaments and ready to go to a wedding, I guess, the bhutva. Udasharave avekshan chakrate. And as the teacher wanted them, then they looked at the plate full of water. To Prajapati uvacha kim pashyatah iti. To them, Prajapati said. Now, this time he did not say, tell me about what you don't understand. He says, what do you see? To uchatuhu. They replied, Yatha idam avam bhagava sadhu alankrutau suvasano parishkrutau sir. Just as right now we are well dressed, well adorned and clean. So that's what we see, that Atma we see in the water. Evam imo bhagavah sadhu alankrutau suvasano parishkrutau iti esha Atma. So that's the Atma that we see now. Meaning that conviction, that reflection is Atma became more confirmed. So what did Prajapati expect them to understand from this? What do you think Prajapati expected? Why should looking at them with all the ornaments, etc., why should that change their conviction? Earlier also they looked at them and arrived at the conviction that is Atma. And we are looking at Atma. This time also they say we are looking at the Atma, except the Atma is now well dressed and well adorned and clean. So that's true, is it not so? They are seeing a reflection, and so how should their conclusion change? How did Prajapati expect them to change their conclusion? Wow. See, those who have studied these Upanishads, they are not supposed to reply this. Otherwise, my balloon gets flattened. So Prajapati expected them to think, all that formally we saw Atma, which was, shabby, you can say, at the best, most you can say. Now we see Atma that is well adorned, well attired. Apparently Atma has changed, is it not so? So they should have understood that these are the alankar, the ornaments, the clothes, all of these are incidental, meaning they are subject to coming and going, they are incidental. They were not before and they are now. So, etad amrutam, abhayam, etad brahma, atma is immortal. These things are incidental, coming and going. How can you call them immortal? So, ornaments are not immortal. Clothes are not immortal. Nails are not immortal. So, formerly nails were there, they are not there now. And formerly ornaments were not there, now they are there. That means now part of Atma has gone away. A new part has come. So, some little thinking that, am I looking at Atma which is supposed to be immortal? Etad amrutam, abhayam, etad brahma. They never connected that lakshana with what they are seeing. And they continue to conclude that what we are seeing, Atma, again we are seeing Atma now well adorned, well clothed, well attired. So simple viveka, anvaya vyatireka, that what is changeless and what is changing, what is coming, agama payano, what is coming and what is going, cannot be Atma, anitya. Agama payano anitya. So even that tube light did not happen. That this is the purpose. Why is teacher asking us to do? Not only you do what the teacher asks you to do, but then you also, why is he asking? That question also should arise. Is it not so? Why is he asking us to do? What's the reason? No, they did what they are. But they could have perhaps asked, why are you asking us to do this? So maybe you want us to learn something from this. And so now we can see a change, something has gone, something has come. And therefore, part of Atma has gone, another part has come. This agama pai, anitya, this cannot be Atma. So if the clothes which were not there are here, ornaments not that are here, and then things that were here are not there, so similarly body that is here also will not be there. The nails were here, they are not there, the hair was here, they are not there, so body is here, that also may not be there. What is not there is here, what is here that is not there, so body falls in the same category. So body and even reflection also is anitya, cannot be Atma. But they did not think, why is the teacher asking us to do this? What is he asking us to do? Like the obedient servants, they do exactly what they are asked to do. Now what can Prajapati do? Yes, Atmeti hovacha, Prajapati confirmed, yes, this is Atma. Now, Esha is a pronoun. Esha means this. You use Esha, this pronoun, for something that is immediate. So, as far as Prajapati is concerned, Esha, the immediate is Atma. So, whenever Prajapati uses the pronoun Esha, in his mind, what is self-evident Atma. They may think Esha means that, but Esha, so Prajapati never said anything wrongly from his standpoint. Esha Atma, that self-evident is Atma. Iti hovacha, edad amrutam, abhayam, edad Brahma, it is immortal, it is fearless, it is Brahma. So they thought that Prajapati is talking about that one. Prajapati was talking about the Atma, that is, the most proximate to him, and they thought that Prajapati is talking about Atma that we are seeing. Thank you. Tava Shantradev Prabhavrijatu. Both of them became contented, satisfied, and then walked away. Then, now comes the passage that we have written here on page 8, passage number 45. So again Bhashyakara says, how come Prajapati does not tell them? They are going away. Why doesn't Prajapati say, hey, you fellows understood wrongly? Bhashyakara maintains his argument that if he tells them that you people are stupid or wrong or you have misunderstood that, again because they are so proud about their greatness, about their intelligence, about their scholarship, they were so proud or well aware that being told that you are opposite of what you think you are, that will hurt them. Bhashyakara again argues that will hurt them. And that would make them unavailable for any further inquiry or further knowledge. So rather than that, we'll wait for future. So Prajapati, now so let us read that passage. Tauha anvikshya Prajapatiruvacha Anupalabhya Atmanam Ananavidya Vrajataha Yatare Etata Upanishadaha Bhavishyanti Devava Asurava Te Parabhavishyanti Ti Saha Shanturdaya Eva Virochanaha Asuranjagama Tebhyoha Etam Upanishadam Provacha Atma Eva Iha Mahayyaha Atma Paricharyaha Atmanam Eva Iha Mahayan Atmanam Paricharan Ubho Lokau Avapnoti Imam Cha Amum Chaiti. Tauha Anviksha, when Prajapati saw that both of them are quite content with their understanding, with their false understanding, and Bhashyakara continues to explain that Prajapati sees it improper to tell them that your understanding is wrong. Prajapati is avoiding saying that. Bhashyakara thinks that is in order not to hurt them. And therefore, so one thing is about Prajapati, that he does apply, then he has a plan in mind. Although they have not understood this time, he has a plan. The plan was that I'll make them see themselves in the plate full of water and they will understand. That did not quite work, then he asked them to get well dressed and well adorned, etc. And then even that also did not work. So Prajapati concluded there is some problem here. Some obstacle is there in their mind which somehow prevents them from understanding what he thought was obvious. Meaning that, yes, as we said that this statement of this Shruti require us to do vichara or to contemplate upon the meaning of the statement. And very often the vachyartha, the literal meaning is not adequate, not sufficient, because it is not that it's evident here. Literal meaning of when the person who is in the eyes is Atma, that should not satisfy anybody. So to conclude that reflection is Atma, body is Atma, I don't think anybody would do that. And why do these two great people did that is a mystery. But it happened. And Prajapati kept on trying different methods for them to tube light to happen inside. But sometimes tube light takes too long. And so it doesn't come and goes off. So now, did Prajapati just let them go? Did he resign? Did he not do anything? No, he did. Tahu anvikshya Prajapati uvacha. So looking at them, Prajapati said, Anupalabhya atmanam ananavidya vraja yatare etat upanishado bhavishyanti devava asurava. So Prajapati said this loudly, so that these two persons will listen to the Vakya of Prajapati. And Prajapati thinks that, just as my previous statement, Ya Atma, Abhada Papma, that statement which he said, it ultimately reached the ears of these people and that worked on them. Similarly, what I am saying now, they are listening. If not now, in course of time it may work. What is required now is to deliberate upon the last statement of Prajapati. And when they will become quiet and then when they will think, then perhaps they will understand the meaning of what I am saying and they may rethink their conclusions. Anupalabhya atmanam. Anupalabhya, without attaining the self, they are going away without attaining the self. Anunavidya, without knowing it, without realizing it, without knowing it. So he said loudly, these two are going away without attaining the self, without knowing the self. Now, what happens to someone like this? Not only they have not attained the self, not only they have not known the self, they have known the self wrongly. In fact, then the worse off than what they were when they came here. Whatever kind of notion they had about Atma, now they have a completely different and wrong notion. So whoever entertains this kind of conclusions about Atma, yatare etat upanishadah bhavishyanti. Etat upanishadah. Abhyam ya grihita atmavidya asayam upanishad yesham bhavishyati. Upanishad means the knowledge here. The word Upanishad is used for mystic knowledge. It means this mystic knowledge, self-knowledge that they have gained. One person thinks that the reflection is Atma, other one thinks that the body is Atma. Evam vijnanaha etan nischaya bhavishyanti ityartah. So those who possess this kind of knowledge, this will definitely happen to them. What will happen? Devava aswarava te parabhavishyanti. Whether devatas have this notion about Atma or asuras have this notion about Atma, te parabhavishyanti, they will become defeated. This Prajapati said loudly for this to hear while they are departing. I think they were so much preoccupied with the idea of where they were going. Indra preoccupied with the idea of heaven to where he was returning, and Virochana to his own loka where he was returning. So perhaps this statement did not quite impact their mind. The statement was heard nevertheless. As far as Virochana is concerned, it will never impact him, and therefore it did not make any impression upon him. As far as Indra is concerned, that this statement is going to create some impression on him. Virochana's mind is so thick-headed, he is an asura. Asushu ramanti iti asuraha, those who always revel in the sense pleasures of asuraha. And therefore, you can expect people like that to take meaning, only literal meaning, nothing more than that. Very often as we are growing up, we were told, you fellows don't understand half a letter, you don't follow. So mother would tell us this, I've heard this several times. Because sometimes they don't say something openly, but expect us to understand. In half a word you don't understand. Because there are other people standing, whatever be the reason, somehow something they're not clearly told. And never went into the head. And this I heard several times. You don't understand in half a word. You don't understand this, in this. I didn't know why. Now I understand, how you don't understand a half word. So this is exactly what happened to Virochana. That's what I guess we may have been in the childhood. But here, so te parabhavishyanti iti. They will be defeated. Defeated in life. Shriva margat parabhutaha bhairabhutaha vinashtaha bhavishyanti ityartaha. With this kind of a conclusion in their life, Shriva margat parabhutaha, they will be distracted from Shriva marga, they will be distracted from the marga of moksha, they will be distracted from the path of well-being. So the path to moksha is not that someday I will be, well. Moksha means well-being, that I will attain well-being someday when I attain moksha. That is not so. Every step I am taking towards moksha, I am creating well-being for myself. And that is how the Shraddha becomes, generated in us. What the scriptures say is valid or not. For us to develop Shraddha or discover Shraddha, it should be to verify ourselves. That Antahkarana Shuddhi is necessary and it does this, I experience it. And then this desire for knowledge arises in me, and then these things happen, then I realize what the scriptures are saying is true. If few things work out, then we have trust for the rest of the things also. So if our understanding is right, in our life we will slowly, with the right understanding, we will certainly make it to Shreya. That is the right understanding. The rightest understanding in the life is what? Aham Brahmasmi. Now that may be far at this time. But that ultimate right understanding that I am Brahman is culmination of small little right understandings. And every right understanding may lead to other little right understanding, to other little right understanding. Just as when you make a journey to Badrinath on feet, walking, every step you take towards Badrinath takes you closer to Badrinath. Now, which step took you that? Every step had a contribution towards, it's not that the last step alone, make you reach Badrinath. And therefore it is important and enough that at every moment we take the right step. Shreyascha, Preyascha, Manushyametah, Tau Viparitya, Samparitya, Vivinakti. So Shreyas and Preyas, both of them come before us. The temptations are always there. So when you come to Rushikesh, that choti wala is there and this wala is there. They are always there. People plan from Ahmedabad, Mumbai itself, that there is Choti Wala here, there is Pakada Pakodi Wala there is some other Wala there, Bikaner Wala here, Rajasthani. So the temptation is always there in life. They call it Maya, poor Maya is always thus, criticized, condemned. And so Maya does it. Why do you think Maya does that? Aren't you also stupid? Why do you blame Maya? They blame samsara, they blame the world. So world's objects are like that, they are tempting you. Women are like this, these are like that. They criticize. And it is a wrong thing to do. To criticize something in the world is not the right thing. Why do you criticize? In Vedanta, very often they criticize women. I say, why do you do that? They criticize, of course, sense pleasures. They always criticize. What fault has Pani Puri committed or Golgappa? What has it committed? It's there. It's for you that your mouth is watering, thinking about that, and you make your way to that. Can you say that Pani Puri or Golgappa or whatever they call it is responsible for this? That the potential, the vasanas are there in me. So why even scripture to blame these things? I don't know. I don't accept any blaming and criticism. Nothing deserves to be criticized. Nothing deserves to be blamed, if anything, our wrong understanding, really. World is what it is. Objects are what they are. Sense organs are what they are. Everything is what it is. What to make is our job. Anyway, and so here it is said that Shreyo margat parabhutaha bahirбhutaha vinashtaha bhavishyanti. With this wrong understanding of body is Atma. So what was the conclusion? Atma evayam hayyah Atma paricharyah. And therefore, if body is Atma, then Atma alone is to be adored, Atma alone is to be worshipped, Atma alone is to be decorated, decked, because it is Atma. So when body is Atma, then all the energy is consumed by only decorating the body, nourishing the body, nurturing the body, fattening the body, strengthening the body. One preoccupation. And that is how they will be totally deprived of the really something that is what is true for them, what is really beneficial to them from their Shreyo Marga. They'll be completely distracted. That is why right understanding is the first step in our life. What ultimately directs us and determines what all we do is our understanding. Buddhim tu sartham viddhi. So buddhi is called the sarthi, the charioteer, that in fact guides our chariot. So Upanishad in fact addresses our understanding all the time. That's called knowledge. Upanishad or Vedanta seeks to create right understanding about everything that we come across in our life. This Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, about everything, right understanding. That's the first step and the last step. Also called Viveka. With wrong understanding, everything that you do in right life is going to be wrong. Wrong understanding, Artha Kama are the goal of life. That pleasure and wealth and pleasure and comfort is the goal of life. With that understanding you live your life, it is ruined. That body is Atma, therefore you develop the body and you look, looks of the body are your looks, etc. Ultimately ruin the person. And therefore says here, Shreyo margat parabhutaha bahirбhutaha vinashtaha bhavishyanti. they will be distracted from the path of well-being, and they will be destroyed in the sense that they will be totally deprived of what they are seeking in life. So this is how the conclusion of the first step of Prajapati imparting a teaching to Indra and Virochana. So Virochana merrily went and told them, this is what Prajapati has said, which the grandsire has said, that body is Atma, therefore he is Asuras, body is Atma. From now on, you nourish the body, nurture it, fatten it, adore it, and that is how you will gain moksha, here and hereafter. So the Upanishad says that's the reason why the Asuras, after death, when they deck the body with all ornaments and good clothes and they put a lot of food, etc., and that is the Virochana cult. So this is what Upanishad describes. That's what we found in Egypt with all these, we found there that they were decorating the body and putting all the ornaments and good food, etc. Mummies, in the pyramids. So this is what is described here. This is a Virochana cult, thinking that the body is Atma. And this is where the first section of the Upanishad concludes. We'll continue. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.